What's up, basketball fans? Welcome back to NBA Today Highlights, where we dive deep into the stories that shape the NBA. Today, we're taking a close look at the end of an era in Golden State. After 13 unforgettable seasons, the Splash Brothers have parted ways. Stephen Curry has finally spoken out about Klay Thompson's decision to join the Dallas Mavericks. Grab your popcorn, because this one's going to be emotional. To truly understand the weight of this moment, we need to rewind the clock to 2011. That's when Klay Thompson, the 11th overall pick, joined a young Stephen Curry, and a new chapter in NBA history began. Back then, no one could have predicted that these two would go on to revolutionize the game with their three-point shooting. Over 13 seasons, Curry and Thompson became synonymous with success, rewriting the record books and leading the Warriors to 4 NBA championships. They weren't just teammates, they were brothers. On the court, they were an unstoppable force, and off the court, they shared a bond that few other duos in NBA history could match. From setting the single-season record for three-pointers to competing against each other for shooting supremacy, the Splash Brothers redefined what it meant to play in the backcourt. But as we all know, the journey wasn't always smooth. Klay Thompson's career took a devastating turn in 2019 when he suffered a torn ACL in the NBA Finals, followed by an Achilles injury that sidelined him for 2 full seasons. When he returned in 2021, he was no longer the same player, struggling to regain his former glory. Despite his efforts, Klay faced an uphill battle. The Warriors, once so eager to keep their core intact, were hesitant to commit to a long-term deal. For Klay, this was more than just a contract negotiation. It was a sign that his time in Golden State might be coming to an end.
Both of them are great, and we're getting out pushing the pace. That's what our best.
Thank you.
As the 2023-24 season progressed, the writing was on the wall. Klay was dropped from the starting lineup, and his future with the team became increasingly uncertain. The frustrations mounted, leading him to seek a fresh start, a new challenge that would allow him to prove he still had plenty left in the tank. Stephen Curry, ever the loyal teammate, was fully aware of Klay's struggles. Despite being in the midst of preparing for the Olympics with Team USA, Curry took the time to reflect on what Klay's departure meant, not just for the Warriors, but for him personally. In his own words, Curry said, "It stinks. This wasn't just a teammate leaving. This was the end of a brotherhood that had defined both of their careers." Curry admitted that he always imagined the two of them, along with Draymond Green, riding off into the sunset together. But he also recognized that Klay needed to do what was best for him. So, what does this mean for the Warriors and the Mavericks? Let's start with Golden State. Losing Klay Thompson is a massive blow, not just for his shooting, but for the chemistry and leadership he brought to the team. The Warriors will have to rely more heavily on younger players and hope that their new roster can step up in Klay's absence. It's a new era for Golden State, one that will test the resilience of this franchise. On the other hand, the Mavericks just added a lethal shooter and experienced veteran in Klay Thompson. Pairing him with Luka Doncic instantly makes Dallas a more formidable threat in the Western Conference. The Mavs are hoping that Klay's arrival will give them the edge they need to compete for a championship, especially after falling just short last season. Of course, this news sent shockwaves through the NBA community. Fans from both teams took to social media to express their thoughts on the breakup of the Splash Brothers. Some were heartbroken, others optimistic about what this means for their teams' futures. Even NBA legends and analysts weighed in, with many reflecting on the incredible journey Curry and Thompson shared. It's clear that this isn't just a roster change. It's a moment that marks the end of an era in the NBA. Looking ahead, there's a lot of curiosity about how both players will fare in their new roles. Can Klay Thompson find a resurgence in Dallas and help lead the Mavericks to a title? Will Stephen Curry be able to keep the Warriors competitive in a tough Western Conference without his longtime backcourt partner? And what about the Warriors' remaining core? Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, and the younger players will have to step up in ways they haven't before. The Warriors are still a force to be reckoned with, but they're entering uncharted territory. In the end, this is more than just a story about basketball. It's a story about friendship, loyalty, and the reality that even the greatest partnerships don't last forever. The legacy of the Splash Brothers will live on, but now it's time for a new chapter for both Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into one of the most emotional moments in recent NBA history. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to NBA Today highlights, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss an update. What do you think about Klay Thompson's move to Dallas? How do you feel about the end of the Splash Brothers era? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep watching and keep loving the game of basketball.